Welcome back to Neek's Short Horrors. Today's story is The Hoarder's Children. When Sarah bought the old house on Willow Lane, she knew it needed work. The previous owner, an eccentric recluse named Walter Grayson, had been a notorious hoarder. The place was stuffed to the rafters with boxes, broken furniture, and yellowed newspapers stacked like tombstones. The air smelled of mildew and something sour, but the price was unbeatable. "This will be a fresh start," Sarah told herself as she unpacked, her voice echoing in the empty, cluttered halls. The first few days were spent cleaning, hauling out garbage, and discovering strange relics buried beneath the mess. Old photographs of wide-eyed children, crude drawings scrawled in red ink, and heavy rusted locks on doors that led nowhere. But it was the basement that unsettled her most. The door had been nailed shut, boards crisscrossed like a warning. When she finally pried them loose, a foul gust of air rushed up the stairs, thick and cloying. She coughed, shining her flashlight into the darkness. Shelves upon shelves of canned food lined the walls, all expired decades ago. And beyond them, cages. Rusted, empty cages. Something shifted in the dark. Sarah froze, listening. The sound was soft, almost rhythmic, breathing. She slammed the door shut and fled upstairs, convincing herself it was just an old house settling. But that night she heard the scratching. Soft, persistent scrapes against the walls, the scuttling of tiny feet across the floorboards, and worst of all, whispers. Childlike, murmuring from the vents, words she couldn't quite make out but felt deep in her bones. The next day, she found small footprints in the dust leading from the basement door, too small to belong to Walter Grayson. They led all the way to her bedroom. Sarah told herself it was just her imagination, exhaustion playing tricks on her. Until she saw them. She woke to a faint giggle, and when she turned over, they were there, 4 pale, gaunt figures standing at the foot of her bed. Their faces sunken, eyes black as coal, and mouths smeared with something dark. They smiled, revealing sharp, needle-like teeth, and one of them whispered, in a voice as dry as autumn leaves. "You let us out!" Sarah screamed and scrambled for the light, but when she flicked it on, the room was empty. The next day she packed her bags, but the house wouldn't let her leave. No matter how many times she tried to unlock the front door, the key wouldn't turn. Windows refused to open, and her phone dead. Sarah felt the house breathing around her, and when she turned back toward the staircase, they were there again. More of them this time. Small, gaunt, crawling out from behind furniture, from air vents, from inside the walls themselves. Their whispering grew louder, a chorus of hungry voices. "Stay with us, Sarah. We're so hungry." She ran, stumbling through the house, tripping over piles of hoarded junk. They followed, always just behind her, their hollow laughter filling every room. Desperate, she locked herself in the basement, pressing her back against the heavy door. Her flashlight flickered, revealing rows of tiny handprints smeared across the walls. And then she saw it, the last journal of Walter Grayson, lying open on the floor. "I tried to keep them fed," it read in shaky handwriting, "but they always want more. If you hear them at night, do not let them out. Do not let them see you. Do not let them feed." A cold breath ghosted against her neck. Sarah turned, slowly, and saw the reflection of wide, hungry eyes glistening in the dark. She never left the house on Willow Lane. And now, when the neighbors walk by at night, they hear soft whispers coming from the boarded-up basement and the sound of tiny nails scratching at the walls.